Now to a confirmation of a real slap in the face for Prince Harry, because his brother, the Prince of Wales, has become today the Colonel-in-Chief of the Army Air Corps, which is Harry's old regiment, of course. And the King had had the role for 31 years prior to this, but he handed it over to Prince William at the Army Aviation Centre this lunchtime. Well, let's cross now, speak to our royal correspondent, Cameron Walker, who's in the fantastically named Middle Wallop in Hampshire. So, Cameron, talk about a wallop. What a wallop in the face this is for Prince Harry.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit, Martin. And just to add insult to injury, maybe, the location of this joint engagement between the King and the Prince of Wales was the exact base that Prince Harry trained to fly in an Apache helicopter and be a gunner before he went to Afghanistan for his second tour, which ended in 2013. This was a joint engagement between the King and the Prince of Wales. It was announced by Buckingham Palace back in August, actually, that the King would be handing over the responsibility of Colonel-in-Chief of the Army Air Corps to Prince William. That happened back in August, but the engagement itself happened today. So we had the King meeting veterans and families inside the museum attached to the army base here. Prince William was briefed on the operational activities that particular regiment is taking part with at the moment, and then they both joined in front of an Apache helicopter and many media representatives to do the official handover. The King handed over his cap and badge to the Prince of Wales, and he became Colonel-in-Chief of that regiment. Now, I spoke to Captain Johnny Riley, who met the King and the Prince of Wales this afternoon, and this is what he said about Prince William's new responsibilities.
Definitely ceremonial, as you can expect, but more of that support at the top of the head there. So for every Army Air Corps soldier to know that they have the Prince of Wales as their Colonel-in-Chief, that's a real privilege for us all. I think he probably felt quite proud, actually. I know it's been something close to his heart, that affiliation with the Army Air Corps and being a military aviator. So to be able to hand that over personally to his son, it seemed like it was a very poignant event.
Now, as we were saying, Prince Harry was part of the Army Air Corps during the second tour of Afghanistan. He was an Apache gunner, the Apache helicopter Prince William flying in this afternoon. But even if Prince Harry hadn't stood back as a working member of the royal family, I think it's unlikely he would have been given the role of Colonel-in-Chief by His Majesty the King. The reason being, the King held that role as Prince of Wales, as heir to the throne, for 31 years. So perhaps Buckingham Palace saw fit that it should only hand over to the next Prince of Wales, Prince William, for him being heir to the throne.
Okay, Cameron Walker, thank you for that update from Middle Wallop. And joining me now is the royal expert and the journalist Pandora Forsyth. Pandora, welcome to the show. There's no getting away from it. Middle Wallop has delivered a massive wallop in the face for Prince Harry today. Yet more proof he is becoming very much the prodigal son, the one who's been cast into the wilderness.
Yeah, it's just the reality of it. And Prince Harry knew this when he left as senior member of the working family, that he would have to give up his honorary military title. So even though this wasn't his title, lots of people for many years thought, well, it would make sense for him to have the title. So unfortunately, this is just now the reality for Harry. And it's brutal. And of course, it's going to hit home because it's very personal for him. And I'm sure that's not lost on the King or his brother William, but it's just the fact of reality. And to be quite frank with you, it's not like William has gone in there and gone in there without, due service. He's also had military background. He also has military experience as well with helicopters. So, he is the right fit for the role. But for Harry, of course, this will most definitely hurt.
But, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Pandora. This is a case of making your bed and lying in it. When you stand down from royal duties and those military roles that come with that, they fall by the wayside. This is the destiny that you chose, and he chose a destiny which involved Netflix and Nigeria, not one of duty. So, you make your bed and you lie in it, right?
Yeah, and also, to be fair to Harry, he is in Nigeria and he's also speaking to military veterans there. He just won't get the royal stamp of approval and, of course, this title. And William and his father are speaking to UK military veterans, whereas across the pond, with his tie to Invictus Games, he'll be speaking to military veterans in Nigeria. So he is still going to carry on noting all of his honourable military work, because quite frankly it is, despite what many people's opinions might be about Harry. He has served in the military and he has served for our country, but so has William, and William is a working member of the royal family. And if anybody was going to fit this role, now that Harry's not part of the royal family working side of it, then it would be William, and William does deserve this.
And Pandora, there's a chance this afternoon that Spare, Prince Harry's memoir, might be crowned the book of the year. Do you think, looking at those scenes from Nigeria, that Prince Harry really was the spare part on this tour? It felt like the Meghan tour of Nigeria to me.
I personally think they've been looking like they've been getting along very well. For lots of people, they think that this non-royal tour has been getting as much media coverage as a royal tour would. Perhaps it's not getting as many positive headlines that they'd like. Lots of speculation about, well, perhaps this is a missed opportunity for the royal family, and isn't it a shame? But they're still getting worldwide coverage. We're still speaking about it now. So if that was their aim, to get Invictus Games into their headlines, well, they're doing quite well, aren't they, really?
Very tactfully put. Superb. Thanks for joining us